Welcome to the Corporate Entertainer. Today, we're diving into a story you won't find in most history books. Africa, the hidden power behind modern superpowers. It's a continent that's more than just land. It's a cornerstone of global power, whose immense contributions have often been deliberately kept in the shadows. Let's start by rewinding the clock. Long before Europe's Industrial Revolution, Africa was a bustling hub of global trade. Great West African empires like Mali and Songhai controlled vast networks, trading gold, salt, and ivory that connected Africa with Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Cities like Timbuktu weren't just trade posts. They were centers of learning, with libraries holding thousands of manuscripts on advanced mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Much of this knowledge was later plundered by European powers, its origins erased. When colonial powers gathered at the Berlin Conference in 1884, they weren't just carving up a map. They were systematically claiming control over knowledge, labor, and resources that would fuel European dominance for the next century. This was the beginning of a massive, organized transfer of wealth and power. Now, let's talk about the World Wars. During both World War I and II, millions of Africans were forced to fight on foreign fronts for their colonial rulers. But their contribution went far beyond manpower. African colonies became critical supply depots, providing the raw materials and strategic locations needed to win the wars. Hidden stories, many still locked away in archives, reveal how rare minerals and oil from Africa were essential for building weapons, fueling tanks, and developing military technology. While Europe rebuilt itself with these resources, African nations were intentionally kept in a state of poverty and dependence. Secret intelligence networks were even established to monitor African territories. Securing these resources and controlling vital trade routes. It was a shadow layer of global strategy, with Africa at its very center. This resource game didn't end with colonialism. Modern superpowers remain heavily dependent on Africa's immense wealth. We're talking about oil from Nigeria and Angola, diamonds from Sierra Leone, and cobalt from the Democratic Republic of Congo, mineral essential for our smartphones and electric cars. Powerful corporate and governmental interests often shape African politics through foreign aid, loans, and military support. Sometimes this brings stability, but too often it fuels a cycle of exploitation. This web of resource extraction, debt, and strategic alliances ensures Africa remains central to global influence, yet its true power is rarely acknowledged. Today, Africa is home to over 1.3 billion people, with the youngest and fastest growing workforce in the world. Its resources and strategic location make it a prized player in modern geopolitics. The rise of modern superpowers was not a solo act. Many stood on the shoulders of African innovation, labor, and wealth. The scramble for Africa and the exploitation that followed left deep, lasting scars on the continent's cultures, governance, and its right to self-determination. Countless African innovations and discoveries were stolen, repurposed, or simply erased from history. Yet, they form the hidden foundation of our modern technology and economy. Understanding this hidden influence challenges the dominant global narratives of power and reminds us that history is never neutral. So, what are the lessons for us today? First, Africa's story reveals that true power is often invisible, and understanding it is the key to shaping a more equitable future. Second, influence isn't just defined by borders or armies. It's built on knowledge, resources, and resilience. Finally, reclaiming Africa's hidden history is essential, but for our own global awareness. Thanks for watching. If you found this story eye-opening, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more hidden histories. See you in the next video.